welcome to Samara Land. I'm Samara Dunn, chick of all trades and mommy of one. And today I want to show you something really cool. So you know all those cakes that you see on those cake shows like Cake Boss and whatever? They're all covered with this stuff called fondant. And it's made out of gum paste, and it's really disgusting. I don't know if you've ever been to a wedding and like tried a little piece of it. It's gross. It's not really good to eat. And if you want to make one of those cakes, gum paste is fairly expensive. So a good friend of mine many years ago, who's a chef, taught me how to make fondant out of marshmallow. And it's super easy and inexpensive, and you can make some really cool stuff. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. Over the years, I've made some really cool cakes with this stuff. And the best part is the kids love to eat this stuff because it's made out of marshmallow, and it's pretty delicious, if very sweet. One of my favorite ones that I ever did was this dinosaur, which was the first one that I did for my son's 4th birthday. So here is what you will need to make your fondant. You're going to need a large bowl, a wooden spoon. I have a 2-pound bag of powdered sugar and 2 10-ounce bags of mini marshmallows. You're not going to use all those 2 bags. I'm going to use about 1.5 to make the fondant that I'm going to need to cover the cake. You're also going to need some food coloring. I like the Wilton food coloring. It's really the gel. Works really well. And you're also going to need some Crisco and some gloves. So I've put about 1.5 bags of the marshmallows into my bowl, and now I am putting in 2 tablespoons of water, and that's it. So what I've done is I put the water on my marshmallows and I put them in the microwave for about 45 seconds. And then after that, you want to take it out, kind of look at it, give it a stir. You want it to get to like a liquid state. So here are my marshmallows. So I put them in for 45 seconds. I gave it a stir, and then I put it in for about another 15. And what's going to happen is the heat is going to melt the marshmallows. And this is what you want right here. You want it to, you know, be like marshmallow fluff, basically. That's the consistency you want. That's what you're going to start with. So once you have this liquid state, you add your food coloring. And you just work it in until, oh, in mine I'm doing green, obviously. But you work it in until you, and you can keep adding the color until you get the color that you're looking for, until it's completely incorporated. Now, that's how you do it if you want to make one color, one uniform color, which for this is going to be my main piece that goes over the cake. And then I'm going to be decorating on top of it with different colors. And I'll show you how to do that also. You can take, you just make it white, and then you color as needed smaller portions, and you kind of knead that in. But I'll show you that afterwards. So basically what I'm doing at this point is I'm just getting all the color mixed into the marshmallow, which is still in this like very liquidy state. And that's why it's good to put the color in it at this point, because it's really just much easier to get a uniform color. If you want a stripy color, I can show you how to do that too. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start folding in the powdered sugar. So basically what you're doing is you're taking this marshmallow mass and you're folding in the powdered sugar, and what it's going to do is it's going to start creating a dough. And it's really sticky. So what you do is you're going to put on your rubber gloves, and you're going to take some Crisco and smear some Crisco on your hands so you can start working with it. But you do the spoon first. So start folding in your powdered sugar. So here you see, I'm just going to start folding in my powdered sugar with the spoon. And basically every time you get it incorporated, you add more sugar. And for this batch, so I used 1.5 bag, 10-ounce bags of mini marshmallows, and I'm probably going to put in 2 to 2.5 cups of powdered sugar to get it all together. So now you can see it's starting to become like a dough. And you're just going to keep folding it in with the spoon until it's not so goopy anymore. Then you're going to put your gloves on and get some Crisco, rub it on your gloves, and start using your hands to knead the powdered sugar into the dough. Okay, so now you can see I've just been kneading it. Now you put on the rubber gloves because it's super sticky, and whenever you feel like it's getting too sticky, just rub a little more Crisco on your fingers. Okay, so basically what you get is something that resembles clay, and you can roll it out to make all kinds of stuff. So I'm making a Minecraft cake for my son's 9th birthday, which is coming up. That's what he wanted. And so the whole cake is going to be covered with this big piece of green, but I'm going to show you how to make smaller batches of color and without putting it in when the marshmallow is liquid. Okay, so now I have my big ball of fondant that I'm going to need for the cake. And I also have a smaller piece of green. And I need to make another shade of green. So I'm going to take some more of my gel food coloring. And now this is how you would do any small batch of color. You can also do a big batch like this. It just takes longer to kind of get it incorporated. But this is how I do my small batches. Get some Crisco on my fingers again. When I'm only making a little bit of a color, because it's just a lot easier. So all you do is you basically just fold it in until you get the color that you want. And you can start with white, you know, whatever color, you know, you're starting with is fine, but starting with white is good, you know, if you're making. So this way now I need dark green and light green. So this is going to be my dark green. And all I'm doing is just like I did got the fondant together, I'm just folding it in, and I'm going to get a darker green color. So now I have my big piece of light green and my smaller piece of dark green. And what you do is you just roll it out with a rolling pin. So you roll this stuff out just the way you would roll out cookie dough or any other kind of dough. You use the powdered sugar, though, the same way you would use flour. So you powdered sugar or flour your surface wherever you're doing it. And be careful because it will stick. So you do need a fair amount of powdered sugar underneath when you're trying to roll out a nice flat piece or to get smaller pieces. But yeah, you can also wrap it in saran wrap. You can put it in the freezer. It'll stay for like a year. I've used it a year later if I needed specific colors or whatever. But yeah, it's really easy and you can get super creative with it. And I mean, any idea you have, any idea that I ever had, all I did was like Google, like I wanted to do the Batmobile. So I Googled it and, you know, up come like 20 people who've done different designs for a Batmobile. So, and it's the same thing I did with the Minecraft cake. I just Googled it, and a lot of times they'll be step-by-step of how to do it, and you can kind of modify it, you can make it a little easier if you need to, but it comes out really impressive. You'll see when I'm done. So here's what I did. I rolled out the fondant and cut out all these gajillion little squares and put them on the cake. You put them on with water and a little paintbrush. And here's my awesome, cool Minecraft cake.